Welcome back. In the November issue of New Mexico Magazine, culinary editor Cheryl Alters Jameson has created a menu that will have us giving thanks for our state's bounty of flavors. And we're getting a taste of them this morning.
We are.
Thank you so much for being here.
Hi,
I was saying,
Chad.
this is like Thanksgiving week for me. Every morning I'll just start off with some turkey and some great Thanksgiving dinner.
I think that's a great way to start.
Absolutely.
And in fact, I love having leftover dressing in particular to eat the next day.
Absolutely.
Yes.
For the whole weekend, it's
Right.
just eating.
Yes.
So, of course, your holiday menu, it's got enough familiar dishes for our out-of-town guests, but
That's
you also
right.
capture the flavors of New Mexico.
Yes, we go from soup to nuts with New Mexican ingredients. We have a soup that opens the meal. I didn't bring that today. We're sort of focusing on our core dishes here.
Okay.
But there is a pumpkin soup, using a wonderful New Mexican pumpkin. You want one that's really a pie and baking or cooking pumpkin, not necessarily one for jack-o'-lantern good looks.
Okay.
And then we also go all the way through to dessert, which is a beautiful New Mexico apple pie. And
that's great.
yeah, well, those are wonderful dishes, and of course, they're going to be mashed potatoes on the table. We brought what I think are the core dishes. I've got turkey, of course, just roasted out of the oven, and it has a red chili butter rub under the skin to keep it nice and moist while it cooks. Then lots of sage and thyme. I don't know about you, but I love sage this time of year. It's such a good fall herb.
Absolutely.
Then we have also dressing, and I don't know about in your household, but in mine, there's always an argument about, okay, is it going to be a cornbread-based dressing, or is it going to be a white bread dressing?
Right, okay.
Well, we
So what do
solved
we
the
have?
problem. We put the two together
There you
here.
go. That's the way I like to do it. When in
know.
doubt, just throw it all in there.
Right, and there's chorizo in that too.
Oh, wow.
Give it some good Southwestern flavor.
Get a nice kick to it. And so we're
right.
stirring some gravy up here too as well.
Now for a good gravy, and this is actually going to be not real super thick gravy. It's more like a jus, and it of course has red chili, and that's part of the reason it's a nice dark color here like this. But what you want to do is scrape up all the good things that kind of fall to the bottom of the turkey's roasting pan.
Right,
It may look unpromising, but that's where so much flavor has
it drops down.
into.
Yeah, so if we can get rid of that fat and we get to that just really good,
and
just
that's
natural
what
gravy.
we have. Yes, just
Okay.
all these wonderful, good little trimmings and drippings from the bottom. We're going to put just a little flour in. You don't want too much, or it ends up being kind of pasty and thick. And we want something that's light and kind of sprightly, and just the flavor of the chili and the turkey itself comes through. So we want to stir that in, cook it up just a little bit.
And of course, for the households like mine, we're talking about our households. I'm in a gluten-free household, so we can just substitute a gluten-free flour.
Yes, exactly. You could use cornstarch.
Okay.
You could use arrowroot. Either one of those would be, a good choice. Okay, I'm just pouring in some of our turkey stock.
Okay.
You can use chicken stock too if you have that on hand. I like to make turkey stock ahead when I'm trimming off the turkey itself, getting the neck and wingtips and such off the bird sometimes. So we're just going to stir all that together. And let's see how this is coming together. We might need a little more chili. You're never going to have too much, right?
Yeah, exactly. If you're from New Mexico, too much chili is kind of that's not in the lexicon. So.
Right, and we have enough salt, so we don't really need that. I'll just put a pinch or two of that in there. All right.
That's great.
And we'll just kind of heat that up a little bit more while we're finishing up.
And so
with the rest of the dishes.
since it's in our jus sauce, is this something we get our carvings of our turkey on the plate? We just kind of lightly sprinkle it over. Is this something we put on the side?
We'll
Yeah.
do that
Okay.
here at the end. And oh my gosh, I think that's so good with the turkey itself. So anyway, when you're buying a turkey, you want to make sure, these days you can really find good birds around. You want to get one that's not been injected with antibiotics, hormone-free.
Okay.
I mean, in my mind, those are things that are real important to me.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
I don't want a turkey that's been injected full of saline. That's a common thing that's done. The bird, you can salt your own bird. You don't need somebody else to put in some kind of solution in it, because then you're paying for weight that's basically a lot of water too.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Because you are paying
meat.
by the pound, right? So you don't
yes.
want to pay for pounds that are
Exactly.
solution.
Yes.
You don't want to do that. Sure.
Yeah. Now you can find some New Mexico heritage turkeys around, and those can be a little more expensive, but they're very good. They usually have a lot more dark meat on them, and oh, it's so tasty and so flavorful. This is a regular kind of New Mexico turkey. It's not a particular breed, but it cooks up just really nicely too, and especially by rubbing that red chili and sage butter under its skin to begin with before it went in the oven.
Now, of course, we can find the November issue of New Mexico Magazines. It's on stands. It's also online. Is that right?
That's right. It's in both of those areas, so people can get all the recipes and the story behind the ingredients too. Oh, we didn't talk about the cranberries yet.
Oh,
and the fact that
cranberries.
Those, cranberries don't sound very New Mexican, so they are good and a great part of the dinner. So we had to do something New Mexican to them. So, well, they have, of course, a little chili in them, but they also have New Mexico pistachio nuts in them.
Pistachios,
it's really
okay.
a nice relish this way, and it
So
can
there you
have
go. It
figs
is a
in
Mexico
too.
cranberry.
Yep,
Great.
we've turned it into that too. So
That's great.
We'll be doing all that, and I wanted to mention too, we got these great placemats and napkins and things, which are also used in the feature in the magazine from the Santa Fe School of Cooking. And if
Okay.
anybody's interested, that's in, curiously, Santa Fe. But you can go online to santafecooking.com and find those things there too.
Okay,
So,
fantastic.
Yeah,
Well,
we're happy to have
again,
those.
folks, I'm starting my Thanksgiving early. When we come back, I am digging in for some more Thanksgiving feast.
yes.
Stick around.
Okay.
It looks great.
Today's chef